Woke up late, same small town. Burned my toes, truck broke down. Kicked the tire, laughed instead. Sun shot gold right through my head. Got a lucky gum on my boot today. Every wrong turn still goes my way. Oh yeah. World keeps tripping, I just dance on through. Guess I found my smile stuck to my shoe. Boss man bar, you're on thin ice. I just grinned, said, ain't that nice? Met your eyes by the time clock door. Clock stopped ticking, I wanted more. Got a lucky gum on my boot today. Every wrong turn still goes my way. Hey! Spilled my coffee, but I met you. Guess I found my smile stuck to my shoe. Oh, no, bad days line up like they own a place. Then one sweet laugh rewrites the case. If you stick, let it stick and let the good shine through. I'll track that trail right home to you. Got a lucky gum on my boot today. Every wrong turn still goes my way, oh darling. Trip, slip, spin, but I land by you. Guess I found my life, found my life. Stuck to my shoe. I've spilled your drink on my shirt. Guess we're tangled now, guy. You dance circles round my reason. Skirt on fire, eyes unkind. I said I'd only stay for one song now. You're tattooed on my mind. I keep pouring tequila on your name. Every round just fans the flame. I'm a fool, but I can't quit. You're my poison, I'm your fix. Yeah, I've tried to walk away, but my heart runs back the same. Baby, I'm drunk on the thought of you. Pouring tequila on your name. Oh.
Mama says you're troublemaker, cards stacked up to make me lose. But you kiss me like confession, turn my never into choose. I check every late night phone for a word you'll never send. Still I'm buying roses weekly for a maybe that won't mend.
I keep pouring tequila on your name. Every round just fans the flame. I'm a fool, but I can't quit. You're my poison, I'm your fix. Yeah, I've tried to walk away, but my heart runs back the same. Baby, I'm drunk on the thought of you. Pouring tequila on your name.
Hey,
If loving you's a losing hand,
deal me and I'll take that
I'd
stand.
rather burn in your bright light.
Then live a safe and quiet life.
So I'm pouring tequila on your name.
Every round just fans a flame. I'm a fool,
But I can't quit. You're my poison, I'm your fix. Yeah, I tried to walk away, but my heart runs back the same. Till the bottle and my hope run dry. I'll be pouring tequila Two plates in the sink from a Tuesday in spring. Feels like you're almost still there. Dog's by the door, he keeps waiting for boots that don't walk in at night. I talk to your note on the fridge like a fool, reading the same crooked lines. I still slow dance in the kitchen light, 2 a.m. shadows holding you tight. My hands in the air like your waist still there, turning in circles with nobody there. If loving you's over, why does it feel like you're just out of frame, but painfully real? I still slow dance in the kitchen light, and I swear I can feel you tonight. Your lipstick print on a wine glass, dust gathers where your records lean. I play that old waltz you'd hum under your breath, and stand where your footsteps have been. Neighbors say time heals up easy, they don't see me fall when it rains. I wear your old ring on a chain round my neck, like a promise that never quite changed. I still slow dance in the kitchen light, 2 a.m. shadows holding you tight. My hands in the air like your waist still there, turning in circles with nobody there. If loving you's over, why does it feel like you're just out of frame, but painfully real? I still slow dance in the kitchen light, and I swear I can feel you tonight. Maybe someday I'll kill this song, stop setting a place for you. But every soft creak in these old bare floors sounds like you coming back through. Oh, I still slow dance in the kitchen light, 2 a.m. shadows holding you tight. My hands in the air like your waist still there, turning in circles with nobody there. If loving you's over, why does it feel like you're just out of frame, but painfully real? I still slow dance in the kitchen light, yeah. I still slow dance in the kitchen light, till the dawn pulls you out of my sight.
Sun on his neck, dust in his throat. Little boy watching from the shade, counting each wire he laid. Son, we keep the cattle in, but we don't keep our neighbors out. A good strong line can guard the land and still leave room for trust and doubt. This is the fence post gospel, straight as the rows he plowed. Do the quiet thing that's honest, even when no one's around. Hold what you love with open hands, let grace be stronger than control. Out where the fields meet heaven, you learn how to mend a soul. Neighbor came by one hard year, water gone dry, sky crystal clear. Said I'm short on feeding pride. Old man just nodded, come inside. Sold him hay at what it cost. Didn't write his name in red, son. If helping him leaves you short, you'll be richer than you dread. This is the fence post gospel, straight as the rose he plowed. Do the quiet thing that's honest, even when no one's around. Hold what you love with open hands. Let grace be stronger than control. Out where the fields meet heaven, you learn how to mend a soul. Years rolled by, that old man's gone. I walk his line at early dawn. My boy asks, why's this gate unlocked? My daddy in my talk, 'cause trust is how this place still stands, and mercy's how we measure land. This is the fence post gospel, straight as the rose he plowed. Do the quiet thing that's honest, even when no one's around. Hold what you love with open hands. Let grace be stronger than control. Out heaven, you learn how to mend a soul. He built that fence post by post. I keep his hammer by the door. Some folks pass and see a pasture. I see a prayer nailed to the shore. Coffee gone down, hands a little more polite. Name tags look like kids now, calling me sir. Closing time. Used to chase them on, and now I'm happy if it finds me driving by. This might be my last quiet season, before the days all sound the same. I've been trading every shortcut for the long way back to blame. Every mile I ever wasted sits like gravel in my chest. If there's still a road to mercy, let it start here at my own regret. I still hear my father clearing dishes, humming low. Said, son, you'll miss your chances long before you know. I'd laugh, burn through summers like a match held to the wind. Now I'm counting every ember like the photographs I never stepped in. This might be my last quiet season, before the days all rhyme and rhyme. I've been trading little secrets for the courage to rewind. Every word I left unspoken lingers heavy in my breath. If there's still a road to mercy, let it start here at my own regret. Who do you ask forgiveness from when the one you heard's gone? I pour another lonely cup, set a second like they're coming home. This might be my last quiet season, where I can hear my own true name. I've been laying down my sorrow like a coat across the rain. Every road I swore was endless
turn to dust beneath my steps. If there's still a road to mercy, let it start here at my own regret. Truck stop mirror, empty booth. I raise a glass to every year I never understood. Soft light trembling on my hands, I'm still here, doing the best I can.
Buy one tomato, you came home with 10.
You mumble like a tractor over static again.
I wrote it on a napkin, plain as day, in red.
You wrote tornado, maybe. That's what the cashier said.
That's not what I said, that's not what you meant. You turned every little moment into courtroom evidence. I'm just trying to stay fed, you're rewriting the thread. Baby, every fight we've ever had starts with
That's not
what I said.
You said, go have a small drink.
I brought friends to the bar.
You rolled in like a parade. I could hear you from the car.
You said wear something simple. I wore leopard 6-inch heels.
You look like Sunday trouble on a pair of Friday wheels.
That's not what I said, that's not what you heard. You toss my little half-thoughts like a flock of stubborn birds. I just shake my head, you just tilt yours instead. And baby, every road we try to take turns back to that's not what I said.
One thing's clear when the talk gets twisted.
You miss my meaning, I stay persistent. But when you say I love you,
Soft before bed,
somehow you hear it perfect.
every word in my head.
Oh yeah, that's not what I said, that's exactly what you meant. You turned 3 little syllables in lifetime evidence. So we laugh instead, like closed hearts and cold. Baby, every fight we'll ever dodge starts and ends with that's not what I said. I said, pass me that pillow.
You mean stay on my chest?
I said, we're kind of a mess here. You mean
This mess is the best.
if we always talk in circles till the day we're dead,
We'll just keep dancing.
keep romancing past. That's not what I said.
Fireflies in a mason jar, my name written on your heart. Your daddy's dog kept barking every time you laughed too loud. We were kids and borrowed them, thinking forever meant right now. Back when the porch light burned till the last truck turned the gravel, we were sure we'd never learn how fast good days unravel. You kissed me by that meeting fence, said promise you won't let this turn. I still drive by just to remember back when the porch light burned. Mama kept your picture tucked inside her Bible page. Said you called from out in Dallas, said you finally found your place. I stayed here and fixed up fences, save the letters that you sent. Read them slow on lonely Sundays, like a song that never ends. Back when the porch light burned, till the last truck turned the brown. We were sure we'd never learn how fast the days unravel. You kissed me by that leaning fence, said promise you won't let this turn. I still drive by just to remember, back when the porch light burned. You tore down your old front steps, built a big house all in stone. But in my mind that screen door slams, and you're still riding home. Back when the porch light burned, till the last truck turned the gravel. We were sure we'd never learn how fast good days unravel. If you ever feel like pull again, and your tired heart starts to yearn, I'll be sitting where we started.
Midnight train to Amarillo, dust on my boots and a busted pillow. Still wheel sing, go boy, go hard, ride shotgun, hat riding low. Every mile's another tall tale I owe on that midnight train to Amarillo. Poker game and coach car 3. Old boy swore he'd outplay me. Won his watch, he took my hat. We both laughed and shook on that. On that midnight train to Amarillo, dust on my boots and a busted pillow. Steel wheels singing, go boy, go hard, riding shotgun, hat riding low. Every mile's another tall tale I owe on that midnight train to Amarillo. Met a girl from Broken Bow, said you ever think of staying home? Told her, darling, I've tried slow, but my soul runs on this track, you know. On that midnight train to Amarillo, dust on my boots and a busted pillow. Steel wheels singing, go boy, go hard, riding shotgun, hat riding low. Every mile's another tall tale I owe on that midnight train to Amarillo. She said, boy, you talk too fast. I said, honey, this night won't last. She laughed low, slid in close, traced my name in cigarette smoke. Jukebox
jukebox, spinning our brand new tune. Thought I owned that neon moon. Now my jukebox heartbreak keeps turning you around. Every sad song sounds like your sound. Got that quarter in my pocket, but it cuts me when I pay for a jukebox heartbreak, playing you all day. 2 weeks in, I bought that ring. Work late shifts at the Dairy King. She said, slow down, wow, young man, I ain't signing on to your big plan. Last I saw her Saturday night, dancing in another boy's headlights. I just froze with my hands in my coat while your goodbye burned my throat. Now my jukebox heartbreak keeps turning you around. Every sad song sounds like your sound. Got that quarter in my pocket, but it cuts me when I pay for a jukebox heartbreak, playing you all day. That dial, I change the track. Your little laugh comes dragging back. I hit stop, but it won't quit. Guess my foolish heart's the one that picked it. Oh yeah, 'cause this jukebox heartbreak keeps turning you around. Every sad song still sounds like your sound. Got that quarter in my pocket, but I'll save it come what may. From this jukebox heartbreak, I'm walking out to town.
Pull my boots from the mud at dawn. Got a flat bottom boat and the motor's half gone. Thermos full of trouble and a head full of plans. Map's just a napkin with a rip through the land. I'm a river run rebel, riding that line where the banks get wild and the curves ain't kind. If the law wants quiet, they ain't catching mine. River run rebel, splashing up a goodbye sign. Old man at the dock said, boy, don't stay. But his wink told the truth, he'd done it my way. Skipping past the barges and the Sunday saints, their polished little prayers couldn't scrub my pain. I'm a river run rebel, riding that line where the banks get wild and the curves ain't kind. If the law wants quiet, ain't catching mine. River run rebel, splashing up a goodbye sign. Hit the shallow bend, felt the hull scrape rock. Heart beat quicker than the second-hand clock. Laughed in the spray, yelled, do your worst. Hey! If this river wants my name, it's gonna learn it first. I'm a river run rebel, riding that line where the banks get wild and the curves ain't kind. If the town wants tame, they ain't claiming mine. River run rebel, splashing up a goodbye sign. Another goodbye sign.
Daddy nailed boards on the front screen door. Said, boy, that creek ain't a creek no more. I held a flashlight, boots 2 sizes wide. Water in the headlights wrinkled at the edges of my pride. Back when the river ran wild, took our ball fields, took our miles. We marked our heights on the hallway wall. Spring of that year, red and small, mud on our bikes, prayers in the dark, fireflies floating over that park. Those days still rise when I close my eyes. Back when the river ran wild. Mama made sandwiches by candlelight.
moonlight, laughing about camping in our house that night. I sailed my toy truck down the living room hall, learn what letting go means when you can't stop the fall. Back when the river ran wild, took our ball fields, took our miles, we marked our heights on the hallway wall. Spring of that year, written small, mud on our bikes, prayers in the dark, fireflies floating over that park. Those days still rise when I close my eyes. Back when the river ran wild. Now I drive my kids past that old bent tree, show them where the water came up to my knee. They splash in the shallows, ask, were you scared back then? I say, a little, but I never felt so held again. Back when the river ran wild, took our ball field, took our miles, we marked our heights on the hallway wall. Spring of that year, written small, mud on our bikes, prayers in the dark, fireflies floating over that park. Those days still rise when I close my eyes. Back when the river ran wild. Got one good shirt, rust on the tailgate, and the back that hurts.
She laughed, I got less, just a worn out case full of secondhand dresses and a crooked face.
But there's dust on the dashboard, sun in your hair, 2 chipmunks and one old prayer. If it's you in this front seat, I don't need more, just your hand on my knee and dust on the dashboard.
She traced her finger through the fogged up glass. I've run from towns that never knew my past.
He said I've stayed put till the roots turned stone, 'cause I was scared to go, scared of being alone. There's dust on the dashboard, but the road runs clear. Miles of maybe and a trembling gear. If it's you in this front seat, I don't need more, just your head on my shoulder and dust on the dashboard. Almost whispered we could turn back now, find the lives we left, or lean into the curve of each shaky breath.
I don't want perfect, they both confessed.
Just your tired heart pressed to my chest. So let there be dust on the dashboard, creases in our eyes, unpaid bills and winter skies. If it's you in this front seat, I don't need more, let the years pile up like dust on the dashboard. He said, I ain't much. She said, you're enough. 2 small rings and a stubborn love, just you in this front seat forevermore. 2 worn out souls and dust on the dashboard. 2 cups in the console, her lipstick on the rim. Highway like a tightrope, and I was following the dim. You stared out of the window, counting every fence post crossed. Said every mile we borrow just adds interest to the loss. Now there's ashes on the dashboard, names we never learned, Polaroids in the glove box, faces halfway burned. You said love was just a funeral. We keep dressed up in white. I keep driving through the wreckage just to see you in the light. We stopped in that ghost town where the church had missing doors, children's shoes and pawn shops, prayer cards on the floor. You traced a cracked Madonna on a peeling mural wall. Said faith is just a story where no one makes a call. Now there she's on the dashboard, maps we never read, a promise in the rear view breathing down my neck instead. You said love was just a funeral with the choir out of sight. I keep driving through the wreckage just to see you in the light. You vanished at the state line, rain swallowed every sign. All I had was your old jacket and the ghost you left behind. I talked to empty seatbelts like they're witnesses on stand, judge and jury in the cup holder, passing sentence on my hands. Now there's ashes on the dashboard, tickets we won't pay, your shadow in the windshield fading further every day. You said love was just a funeral, still I dress it up at night. I keep driving through the wreckage just to see you in the light, just to see you one more time in the light.
Clock said it's later than late. Dog's by the door like he's waiting for a truck that never pulls up the gate. Your coat still hooked by the back door, your list still stuck to the fridge. Pick up some milk back by supper. Funny the little things are what I miss. So I leave that porch light still burning, like it might shine you home someday. I've been talking to the shadows, saying all the words I never could say. Every creak in these old floorboards sounds like you walking my way. So I leave that porch light still burning for a heart that couldn't stay. Your side of the bed stays in order, mine's all a tangle and torn. I reach for your hand on the pillow, find nothing but the shape of where you were worn. So I leave that porch light still burning, like it might shine you home someday. I've been talking to the shadows, saying all the words I never could say. Every creak in these old floorboards sounds like you walking my way. So I leave that porch light still burning for a heart that couldn't stay. Maybe you're
you're out there laughing under some stranger sky, I'll sit here counting these patterns of moth wings and midnight. So I leave that porch light still burning, like it might shine you home someday. I've been talking to the shadows, saying all the words I never could say. If mercy moves like the morning, and you ever turn back this way, you'll find that porch light still burning, and a fool who never changed.
Dust on my tongue, old town sleeping, church bell rung, saloon doors drifting like they knew my name. Cards on the table, dealer looked the same. Tree. Every branch remembers what it's seen. You can outrun men, but you can't outrun what you've been. Don't ride alone past a hanging tree. Met a man with my father's eyes, copper badge crooked, smile thin as wide. He said, son, I knew you when your boots were new. Laid 3 wanted posters, all of them were you. Don't ride alone past the hanging tree. Every branch remembers what it's seen. You can outrun men, but you can't outrun what you've been. Don't ride alone past the hanging tree. Wind in the gallows called out my kin, oh Lord. Saw my own shadow trying to pull me in. Gun on the table, hands on my knees. Only thing shaking was the leaves. Don't ride along past the hanging tree. Every branch remembers what it's seen. You can cheat the cards, but you can't redraw where you've been. Don't ride alone past the hanging tree. Sun came crawling up the canyon rim. One horse rider had pulled brim, left that badge in my father's name, hanging from a rope on a dead man's shame. Radio talking about the price of things like it never once priced you. Owner said, son, you're slow today. Clock said, boy, you're running late. He just wiped his name tag clean like it might reset his fate.
We're all gravel on the highway under someone else's load. Still we dream about the skyline from a two-lane washed out road. If there's a right and there's a wrong way, most of us are in between, just trying to keep our soul clean. She was waiting at the county line, facing the glass of a borrowed car. Baby in the back with a paper crown, coloring stars that ain't that far. Judge said, ma'am, you missed your turn. Letters unread on the kitchen chair. She learned the system has 1,000 doors and not a single one will care. We're all gravel on the highway under someone else's load. Still we dream about the skyline from a two-lane washed out road. If there's a right and there's a wrong way, most of us are in between, just trying to keep our soul clean. I met a man with a cardboard sign, said I once sat where you sit. Told me every choice I ever never made pulled me right here, drop by drip. Then he laughed like it hurt his chest, said don't you dare look away. You ain't saving me with spare change, son. You're just paying not to stay. We're all gravel on the highway under someone else's load. Still we dream about the skyline from a two-lane washed out road. If there's a right and there's a wrong way, most of us are in between, just trying to keep our soul clean. So tip your hat to the tired eyes, stockroom saints and night shift queens. History's written in quiet work in all the miles that go unseen. If there's a book that gets us judged, it's written line by line each day, and how we carry other people's weight on this cracked, forgotten way.
Wind crawled in through a busted pane. Cards lay cold on the table, face down. I heard boots on the boards in the back of my brain, though this house has been empty for years now. Lantern swung like a slow, tired clock, shadow long as a noose on the wall. Someone whispered my name from the dark of the loft, but the rafters just groaned and the dust fell. There's a ghost at Dry Creek Ridge, keeps watching from their weather-beaten porch, where the road gives up and turns the ditch, where the sky hangs heavy like a torch. If you stay past sundown, kid, you'll feel ice in the marrow of your bones. There's a ghost at Dry Creek Ridge, and it hates to be alone. Town folks swear it was a card game gone wrong. A straight flush, a pistol, a scream, blood on the floorboards, a hand still strong, clawing hard at the edge of a dream. I lit a match, saw a hat on a nail, coat still waiting on his man to come back. Heard a low, dry laugh riding over the gate like a promise dragging boots through the black. There's a ghost at Dry Creek Ridge, keep watching from that weather-beaten porch, where the road gives up and turns the ditch, where the sky hangs heavy like a torch. If you stay past sundown, kid, you'll feel ice in the marrow of your bones.
ghost of Dry Creek Ridge, and it hates to be alone. I asked him, old timer, what keeps you here? Silence settled like ash on my tongue. Then a cold hand brushed the back of my ear, and a voice said, son, I ain't the only one. There's a ghost at Dry Creek Ridge, keeps watching from their weather-beaten porch, where the road gives up and turns to ditch, where the sky hangs heavy like a torch. If you stay past sundown, kid, you might hear your own footsteps in the stones. There's a ghost at Dry Creek Ridge, 'cause this land won't let us go. There's a ghost at Dry Creek Ridge, and it hates to be alone. Head in hand, eyes like busted window. Said, son, you look like you can keep a joke. But his hands were shaking hard as August when the thunder stalks the fields at night. He asked me for a coffee just black. Said, I gotta set a crooked story right. Then it was the day the river changed its name, carried off my father's sins and mine the same. I was young, I was wild, I was mean as a broken chain, and the sky came down on the day the river changed its name. He said we worked that bend 3 generations, same red clay caked on every boot. My daddy kept a ledger in his jacket and secrets in the lining with the loot. I caught him selling water to the thirsty, turning drought into a gold parade. So I opened up the dam at midnight, watched his kingdom wash away. That was the day the river changed its name, carried all my father's sins and mine the same. I was young, I was wild, I was mean as a broken chain, and the sky came down on the day the river changed its name. He said folks just called it red rum back then, after all the rust and clay. But the morning after, preachers pointed, said, boys, that's Judgment Bay. I lost my farm, lost my blood, lost my temper, but I never lost that view. Every flood since feels a little like a warning, every drought like a dead conduit. He finished up his story with the sunrise. I was crawling up the tavern wall. He laid a folded map down on the counter with a picture of a boy, maybe 8 years old and small. He said, if he comes here asking about his granddad, tell him nothing but the weather and the roads. Let the river do the talking for our family, let it keep what only it should know. That was the day the river changed its name, carried all my father's sins and mine the same. I was young, I was wild, I was mean as a broken chain, and the sky came down on the day the river changed its name. Walked out as the trucks hit the highway, steam rising off the broken blacktop plain. And I swear I heard a current in the distance whisper low as it rolled through Judgment Bay. Just a bar, just a town, just a river, but nothing ever feels the same once you poured out all your ghosts at closing time on the day the river changed its name. time's almost gone. Chain gate, boots ring, he smiles. Judge gave you one last thing. They drag me down that hall. Men cheer like they're watching a brawl. I spot you in my mind. Front porch light from a sweeter time. I got one phone call and a pocket full of sin. Every bad decision rattles in this rusted tin. If you pick that line up, baby, I might still confess. But the dial tone knows me better than the rest. First score, dusty bar. You laugh, guess you ain't going far. Black mask, shaking hand, shot rang wild through a wedding band. Red light, siren moan. You cry, why can't we just go home? I swore this is it, then I crawled right back in that pit. I got one phone call in a pocket full of sin. Every bad decision rattles in this rusty tin. If you pick that line up, baby, I might still confess. But the dial tone knows me better than the rest. They say a man is what he does. I say a man is what he hides. Judge wrote chapters in my blood, but you still read between the lines, yeah. Phone box, paint peel, my breath fog on the busted shield. Coin drops, click and hum, your town rings like a distant drum. You answer soft hello, I freeze, all the words won't go. So I hang up, close my eyes, let that empty ring apologize. I had one phone call and a pocket full of sin. Every bad decision echoed off the sign skin. You were my last mercy, I could feel it in my chest. But the dial tone held me tighter than the red, tighter than the red. Steel bed, cold dawn, they say, boy, your name's called on. I stand, take one breath, walk like I'm about to call you back from death.
Earl's truck broke down in '93, so he bought a goat at the county meet. Said, son, that animal's a show. Earl said, no, sir, that's my life coach. Tied her in back of his baseboat frame, took her to work like it weren't strange. Boss man said, you can't bring that here goat. Ain't the no pet sign clean off the pier. That's my emotional support goat, keeps my heart afloat. When my ex-wife calls on my paycheck short, she just stares and chews and files a report. You got your yoga, your online quotes. I got an emotional support goat. Doctor said, son, you seem stressed. Earl shrugged, I guess I'm doing my best. She wrote therapy on a little white sheet. He brought the gold, let her climb the seat. Hey, now the whole small town done joined the herd. Support chickens, comfort birds. If you're feeling low, they'll lend a coat or a hug from Earl. Support gold. That's my emotional support goat, keeps my heart afloat. When the roof leaks cold or the bank says no, she just blinks twice like told you so. You chase joy in a horoscope. I just walk my emotional support goat.
stood small in a coffee tin. The ink bled out at the edges, names of boys he called his kin. He said this came from a captain on a morning loud as steel. Said we held that ridge till sunset, paid in bone for what we feel. This is the measure of our hands, callous palms and stubborn stands, from muddy boots to quiet plans. We are more than flags that fly, we are the ones who stay, who try. This is a measure of our hands. My mama marched in a courthouse town, holding tight to my small fist, facing faces hard as gravestones. Heard her say we won't be missed. She was brave in worn out sneakers, voice as steady as a hymn. When they turned the hoses on her, she just lifted up her chin. This is the measure of our hands, homemade signs and witness stands, broken chains and voter stamps. We are more than shouted lines, we are the ones who redraw signs. This is a measure of our hands. We got chapters full of glory, pages smeared in shame, but a story's only honest when it learns to say each name. From the fields that fed an army to the tracks that split a town, we are judged by who we carry when the easy way is down. This is the measure of our hands, open doors and level land, bread we break and wrongs we mend. We are more than what we claim, we are the work behind the name. This is the measure of our hands. So when my own boy asks me what it means to stand up tall, I'll say, son, love your neighbor, that's the bravest thing of all. Then I'll place his palm in mine, like a promise we both share, and we'll feel the weight of history in the quiet of that prayer.
Porter hollers all aboard, my heart jumps a track. I ain't sure what I'm chasing, but I ain't turning back. Roll, midnight ticket to Amarillo. Hey. Smoke in my eyes, wind on my chin. Roll, every mile shakes on my sorrow. I'm leaving that town like I never been in. Roll, midnight ticket to Amarillo. Roll, laughing like a kid in the rain. If trouble wants to find me tomorrow, it's gonna have to catch this train. Lady with a red scarf says she's running too, left a ring on a napkin right there in car 2. We trade little broken stories like cards in a game, different roads behind the same rails under our names. Roll, midnight ticket to Amarillo. Hey. Smoke in my eyes, wind on my chin. Roll, every mile shakes on my sorrow. I'm leaving that town like I never been in. Roll, midnight ticket to Amarillo. Roll, laughing like a kid in the rain. If trouble wants to find me tomorrow, it's gonna have to catch this train. Town
after tiny town, blink and they're gone. I tap my heel on the floorboard, clicking right along. If this old ride jumps the rails before the dawn breaks through, I'll still die going somewhere. That's more than I could do. Ticket to Amarillo. Hey. Smoke in my eyes, wind on my chin. Roll, roll, every mile shakes on my sorrow. I'm leaving that town like I never been in. Roll, roll, midnight ticket to Amarillo. Roll, roll, laughing like a kid in the rain. If trouble wants to find me tomorrow. Judge said, son, talk too slick. Gallows drop like a hammerhead brick. 12 good folks stacked straight through. One night later and my fate was blue. Mama in the back with a Bible high. Brother just smirked like that's a side. I winked at the law with the busty lip. Chains on my boots, still a gambler's grin. I took the gravel road to Huntsville, dust in my teeth. Concrete pair. Wearing out off a trip on a two-lane curve. Crooked little plan, too dang sure. But it grabbed class, shack rat 5. Didn't see the badge in the ditch outside. Signs blown like summer heat. I hit that gas, felt the pogo creep. But a yelled run. Laughing now. I took the pedal road to Huntsville, dust in my teeth, steel in my head. Thought I was king of a quick draw deal. Now I'm counting days by the number on my pants. Yeah, I'm in hard on borrowed time. Now I sleep like if I'm out at a stole out there, got paid back here. The concrete press. They say the house always wins, but I kept cheating it, hand over fist. Dust in my teeth, steel in my head. Skull, I was king of the creep draw deals. Down count the days by the number on my plans. Yeah, I went hard on borrowed time. Now sing low to a razor wire grin. If you ride fast on that outlaw thrill, you'll find your name. Certain had brim low and jaw set hard. Thought the road wouldn't move to meet me if I stared it down enough. Took my daddy's old blue pickup, took his patience, left his name, left the ring on someone's finger and a letter full of blame. Now the man in my mirror ain't the boy I used to know. Got his mama's tired eyes and my daddy's heavy soul. Every scar's a little sermon, every wrinkle one more toll. And the man in my mirror keeps on asking, where'd you go? I was quick to
call it honor. Every time that pride spoke first, turned my back on good advice. Like a preacher shuns a curse, raised my voice before I listened, raised my hand before my heart, till my son flinched in the doorway and it tore me clean apart. Now the man in my mirror ain't the boy I used to know.
My sign hanging on the wall. Old boy squinting through his bifocal said, "Sit right there, I've cut 'em all." I thought, buddy, that's my first red flag call.
Whoops!
Now I got a honky-tonk haircut from hell, sideways bangs and a lopsided shell, look like I lost a fight with a weed-eating spell. Everybody pointing, taking pictures as well. If you see me wearing this hat in July, just know there's a tragic little tale inside about a honky-tonk haircut from hell. And it ain't growing back so fast. My wife took one look, turned around, laughed so hard slid down to the ground. Kids yelled, "Hey, what'd you do?" Dog just stared like, "Who are you?" Preacher said, "Son, I'll say a prayer." The barber hollered, "That'll be 10 plus chair." Hey! I got a honky-tonk haircut from hell, side shave canyon, other side hill. Bar on Friday gave me half price refills, just for the courage of showing up still. If you see me wearing this cap inside, I ain't rude, I'm just trying to hide this honky-tonk haircut from hell. From hell. From hell! I said, who here's trusted a cheap deal? Me! Who here's eating that gas station meal? Me! Who here's dated that ex twice? Yeah, bad decisions always got the same price. You save a little money on the front door sign, you pay it back later in your pride. So if you want a honky-tonk haircut from hell, come on down, they're doing real well. They'll trim your hopes and your dignity as well. You leave looking like a witness they can't compel. If you see me on the album cover someday, hat pulled low, turning the other way, just remember this certified legend I tell about a honky-tonk haircut from hell. If this song goes platinum, I'm sending that man a tip for ruining my life just right.